We all know the pit in your stomach feeling of an awkward holiday family reunion. But take that standard tension and multiply it by a 4,000-year-old death threat. That's the exact situation facing twin brothers Jacob and Esau. Their relationship is completely, explosively broken. 2 decades earlier, Jacob pulled off a devastating deception. He tricked their aging father and walked away with Esau's rightful inheritance and the family blessing. The immediate fallout was severe. Esau vowed to murder his brother, forcing Jacob to abandon his home and disappear into a 20-year exile. People often say time heals all wounds, but a profound betrayal left unresolved only marinates. That silence builds a heavy, dangerous tension as the two brothers finally prepare to cross paths again. 20 years later, Jacob is making the long journey back. This dotted line traces his return from Padan Aram. But he receives terrifying news. Esau is marching to meet him with 400 men from Edom in the south. Jacob goes into full panic mode. Certain that a slaughter is imminent, he divides his family and his flocks into staggered groups. His grim logic is that if Esau attacks the front camp, the back camp might have time to run away. He also launches a desperate appeasement strategy, sending waves of expensive livestock ahead, hoping to pacify his brother's rage before they lock eyes. Look at these preparations. Jacob does not believe a genuine apology is even on the table. Every move he makes proves he thinks reconciliation is impossible, and he is strictly focused on basic survival. The morning finally arrives. Jacob steps past his family to the very front of the caravan to face the 400 approaching men. He adopts a physical posture of absolute apology. He bows to the dirt 7 times, signaling total, helpless submission to his brother's mercy. Esau doesn't reach for a weapon. He drops his defenses, runs to Jacob, throws his arms around his neck, and both men break down weeping. 2 decades of bitter, murderous grudge evaporate in the desert dust. It's a stunning display of grace, showing how genuine forgiveness defies our normal expectations of revenge. After they catch their breath, Esau looks at the massive trail of animals Jacob sent ahead and asks what all of it is for. Jacob insists that Esau keep the herds, but he reframes the entire gift. He presents the livestock as a blessing, a concrete way to make amends for the birthright he stole 20 years ago. Then Jacob shares a profound realization. He looks at his brother and says that seeing Esau's face is like seeing the face of God. He walked into this meeting expecting to face violent divine punishment for his past sins. Instead, he was met with completely unearned mercy. This exchange shows what it actually looks like to heal a broken bond. It takes a 2-way effort, one person taking responsibility for their past and the other offering a level of grace that was never earned. A traditional fairy tale would end right here. The brothers would merge their camps and live happily ever after in the same tents. Esau enthusiastically offers to do exactly that, suggesting they travel together. But Jacob politely yet firmly refuses. He points out that his young children and milking flocks are simply too fragile to keep up with Esau's fast-moving men. Esau then offers a backup plan. He will leave an escort of armed bodyguards behind to protect Jacob's camp. Once again, Jacob politely declines the offer. For centuries, readers have scratched their heads at this ending. Many assume that Jacob's refusal to stay together means the reconciliation was somehow fake or incomplete. This physical separation acts as the very foundation of their new peace. Choosing to live apart is the specific strategy required to protect what they just recovered. Geographically on the map, notice the central area. Jacob takes a distinct path across the Jordan River, settling in Sukkoth. Esau, meanwhile, heads far south to his home region of Seir, or Edom. They intentionally establish completely separate territories to prevent future competition. If you plant 2 massive saplings next to each other, their roots inevitably fight for water, tangle up, and choke each other out. Jacob and Esau are like those trees, powerful leaders with vast flocks. To thrive without friction, they need separate spaces. By putting miles of geography between them, they aren't abandoning their forgiveness. That physical distance is precisely what secures and protects the emotional peace they just achieved. We often carry a misconception that fixing a broken relationship means returning everything to exactly how it was before the trauma occurred. But Genesis 33 defines true reconciliation differently. It is the dual act of letting go of past bitterness while simultaneously erecting healthy boundaries for the future. You can completely forgive someone, wish them the absolute best, and still realize that you do not have to live in the same house to have peace.